To Top 8 Movies from Top 8 Media, hosted by me, Owen Morgan.
And me, Jessica Rose Johnson.
We talk all things movies through the power of Top 8 lists.
Join us each week as we clash against each other and our cinemaniacs in a movie battle royale like no other.
Each episode, special guests reveal their ultimate Top 8 list. But the real question is, whose picks will reign supreme?
Enter the firestorm of flicks, where every choice is a cinematic duel, and may the best list win.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show, and I hope you've been enjoying our new intro. Me and Jess had a lot of fun recording that together. Yeah, it's great. We love it. But welcome back. So, we have something newish today. So we have had, I think, at least 3 people in a director's battle. Oh, God. 20 or 30 episodes ago. So it was a director's battle. Go check this out. This is like a triple threat, youngish female actor battle. Probably the best way to say it. So they're not necessarily up and coming, to be honest, but they're getting there, and they've got pretty decent filmographies, but not quite enough for us to pick them out individually. So we've got 3 of them involved today, which I'm really excited for. So we have Felicity Jones, we have Daisy Ridley, and we have Emilia Clarke. So 3 absolutely amazing actresses. And yes, I know they're all English. What can I say? It's just the way it goes. And they have all featured, trivia guys, in Star Wars, the Star Wars franchise generally. So I picked them deliberately because they're all Star Warsers. So let's see where those films land. They're all English. They're all about mid-30s to early, well, I think one of them might be 41, if I recall, something like that. So it's a nice mix. So Jess, I was enjoying this because of the Star Wars connection, so I thought you'd quite enjoy that. And I think we got 3 fantastic actresses here. So how are you feeling about our first ever actor triple threat?
This is really exciting, and I like how much these actresses have in common, yet they're very different. So this was a really fun list to put together. I love a lot of the movies that all 3 of them have been in. So I'm excited to talk about this, and I can't wait to hear if our listeners have a favorite actress out of these 3, because they do have a lot of similarities, but are also different.
Yes, definitely. So what we will be doing here, so we'll take turns to do our list. So Mike, our resident film reviewer, and my father will be offering his list first, so we'll go through that. So we'll obviously say who's in each film as we go, should you be trying to remember who's who, or just do it by their surname, if that's okay with you guys, just to cut down a little bit of conversational flow. So yes, let's jump in. So we've got some really good movies here today, really wide-ranging. It'd be good to see. Jess is literally just putting the stats in for us now. So who has the most Jones, most Ridleys, and most Clarks? So let's jump in. So what we'll do is we'll get Jess to read this one out from 8 to 1. So yeah, let us know, Jess, as you go, who the actress is that is starring or co-starring or part of an ensemble. So I'll hand over to you for Mike's list for the triple threat actress list.
All right. In Mike's number 8 spot, he has Jones in the movie Inferno. Number 7, Clarke with the movie Last Christmas. Number 6, Ridley with the movie The Force Awakens, Star Wars. Number 5, Jones in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 4, Clarke with Me Before You. Number 3, Ridley with Murder on the Orient Express. Number 2, Jones in Rogue One, another Star Wars. And number 1 on Mike's list is Jones in The Theory of Everything.
Lovely. Thank you very much. So yes, straight away when I look at the list, I think, when we do our years of cinema and things along those lines, maybe some actors that I know well, that my dad knows well, I can predict most of his, but this was totally different. I really didn't know what you were going to say. I know you're listening, Dad. Really didn't know what he was going to say for these actresses, but I knew Theory of Everything would be top. I know how much you love that film. Knew that. And then after that, I had no bloody idea. And when you put Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was like, holy shit, there's going to be a superhero movie involved in these lists. Then obviously Star Wars is going to show up. Last Christmas, I'm surprised. Christmas rom-com-y stuff, so I'm surprised that got in there. But you like it, and that's really cool. And then I think it's Dan Brown, isn't it, Inferno? I think it's part of the Dan Brown series. I think, I'm hoping so. So, yeah, it's interesting. I I think we're all going to have a lot of the same stuff. This is literally going to be about the order, I think, today. My dad, we will go through 3 of these films in detail. My dad's done some write-ups for it. But Jess, just to sort of kick us off with these 3 amazing actors, how are you feeling about the kind of films that are shown up here? Other than Star Wars, we know you love them. You know, you love them.
That was the hard one because I'm like, I love Star Wars. Of course, I'm going to put Star Wars on the list. I struggled a little bit trying to organize them, but I think these are some good ones. I've seen Inferno. I think it's great. I love that whole series. I have not seen Last Christmas, so that's it's normally one of those things. If it's on your dad's list, I'm like, okay, I probably need to be watching it. He put it in a top 8 list for a reason. So I think there's a lot of really good movies in here, fun movies, heartfelt movies. So I'm really excited looking at all of our lists. But your dad's, I don't know. I don't think I could ever guess. I don't think I could guess, like pre-guess one of your dad's lists. Because he always has an amazing movie I've never heard of or one I would have never thought of. But spoiler alert, there is an episode coming up where I have completely guessed not only the 8 movies in your list, but I have put them in order. So that'll be a fun thing to see if I end up right on that one. But never will I ever think I can do that for your dad.
Yeah, it's fun. We should definitely be doing things like that, trying to guess the other person, just for a bit of fun on the side. But yeah, I mean, we're going to cover a lot of these films, guys, as the episode goes on. So I won't talk too much more about that list. We'll let him do the talking because we're all going to take turns to celebrate some of these movies. So let's just head in to what my dad's got here. So let's start from the bottom. So Amazing Spider-Man 2. So this is the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man's, just to be clear. So this was rated 6.6 on IMDb, and it was released in 2014, so 10 years ago. Directed by Mark Webb, starring Andrew Garfield, my girl, Emma Stone, she's my girl, I don't even know her name, and Felicity Jones. Well, this is the second outing as Spider-Man by British actor Andrew Garfield, and although Emma Stone is the female lead, Felicity Jones does get a very good role as Felicia, in a big cast, including Jamie Foxx, of course. Jamie Foxx, forgot he was in there. So Spider-Man, I know, Jess, it's not your number 1 franchise or anything, but for me, it will always be Andrew Garfield. Tobey Maguire be third, then Andrew Garfield second, and then Tom Holland top. Do you have any preferences on those 3 guys?
Well, definitely going to have to admit that I don't know if I've really seen any of the Amazing Spider-Man series, not enough to be able to give an opinion. I remember the originals when those came out. I think with Tom Holland, what's really special about that is because they've created this whole universe, and then you have the Avengers, and you have that extra tie-in, so you get a lot more of his story and his connection with other characters, so I do enjoy that. But yeah, as far as this one in particularly, the Amazing Spider-Man series, yeah, I haven't really watched it enough to have an opinion. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It might be worth just for Emma Stone's role in it. It's really good. Anyway, this is about Felicity Jones. So yeah, I don't recall too much about that role. I seen my, I've got this on my list as well, but I need to go back really. I've seen so many Spider-Mans and superhero films at this point, completely lost track of who's playing what roles. So I'd love to go back and see what she's getting up to in that role really. But I think all I can really say, to be honest, on that one. But yeah, getting a 5th spot is pretty good. Right, Murder on the Orient Express. So there's plenty of movies like this, isn't there, with who is the killer? But these Kenneth Branagh particular ones are very good, in my opinion. Not everybody agrees that they're pretty good. So Murder on the Orient Express is his 3rd spot, rated 6.5, released in 2017, directed by Kenneth Branagh. And it stars Kenneth Branagh, Daisy Ridley, of course, Judi Dench, and Johnny Depp. You don't put them together, they're separate. Judi Dench, Johnny Depp. I'm sorry, guys, you should be doing this for a year. Cannot speak English, huh? Yeah. So let's find out more. Great direction from Branagh, who stars also as Hercule Poirot, and based on the massive bestseller from Agatha Christie's novel, obviously. Multiple cast of big stars, and Daisy Ridley fits in very well as Miss Mary Debenham. Like I say, I really love these. I love these big ensemble casts. I get really excited. I get all the pops from all the cool names that are on these things. I think they're always solid movies, and you never 100% know, maybe to begin with, who the killer is or what's going on. But I don't know. I think they're still super thrilling and interesting and fun. They're not winning Oscars or anything, but I just think they're a good solid watch on a cold evening. You can have a great time, forget about life for a bit. So I think that they're made for that. And this one was particularly good. Yeah, and Daisy Ridley was very good in the role. She's done lots of different things, but this was a bit more kind of straight laced, trying to have the charisma on screen because there's so many cast members in it. You really have to step up in your role to make sure you fit in and stick out in the show in the film. So yeah, solid movies. What are your thoughts on this genre? More importantly, just like the genre of big casts, thriller. Who did it? How do you feel about that sort of stuff?
I definitely love murder mysteries. I think they're so fun. I'm always trying to like figure them out before they tell you. I like when it has such a wide dynamic cast as well. But this one, I remember watching the movie and thinking, I know who that is. I know who that is. I know who that is. And then I was trying so hard to guess it without having to look it up. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, that Daisy Ridley. Like I knew it. Oh, I couldn't place it in the moment. So I also like that too, when it's somebody that I've seen and I've known well that is playing a character that is so different than what I've seen and known them for, that it makes me even question like, who is this? Like it's a really good movie. I do love a good movie like that with very diverse characters, and especially a lot of the actors in the movie playing very unique roles that you don't typically see them into. That's always really fun.
Definitely, and I think it can shoot people into kind of the public awareness too. So, look, at the end of the day, Daisy will have been boosted by Star Wars, obviously. But something like this, for non-sci-fi, non-Star Warsy people, this also would have got her out there, especially to casting directors and other directors that may want to use her. So I think these are really good leg ups. So I understand why people would take on these roles, and they're good quality. So all good. Okay, in top spot, he's got The Theory of Everything, rated 7.7, released in 2014. Why is everything out in 2014? All these guys are doing 2014 movies. Fair play. Directed by James Marsh, starring Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones, so they're the two leads. So really huge deal, Felicity Jones. It kind of put her on the map because this was up for Oscars. So amazing stuff. For me, the best movie of 2014. Oh, spoiler alert! If you're going to go and listen to the best of 2014, Jazz, we should go and check that. Make sure he's right.
Oh.
Making a global star for Eddie Redmayne in his brilliant performance playing Stephen Hawking. So obviously it's about Stephen Hawking, guys, who don't remember. Winning him an Oscar and a BAFTA. Incredible. But followed up wonderfully by Felicity Jones playing his adorable wife, Jane, having to deal with his motor neuron disease. Yeah, I mean, this film is absolutely brilliant. Based on true story genre, and everyone in it is fantastic, and she holds the screen really, really well and bounces really nicely off Eddie Redmayne. There's some good chemistry in there, and it's just a fantastic movie with fantastic performances. So fair play to everyone involved, and especially Felicity Jones. So Jess, I know this is kind of recent-ish, wasn't it, that you watched this?
It is. So I remember, so we talked about this in our episode of 2014 movies. And it was your dad's number 2 at that moment in time that he put as top movies in 2014. And I still had not watched it at the time, but of course your dad, very inspiring. The story was very timely for me, what's going on in my life. So I eventually watched it, and just phenomenal. Wow, like it has so many great themes in that movie of